Hello everyone, and welcome back to House and Garden Flipper, where Seri sorts through her thoughts and just chats with you guys while we continue to learn how to flip messes like this into something out of our dreams, and hopefully can walk away with a few lessons in how to do that in our own lives as well. And right now, I'm gonna go ahead and actually clear away these little mole holes. I'm sure that the little mole can make more holes. Maybe it will make him very, very happy, actually. But we're going to clear just a few of them out of the way because I am now dreaming of a community garden. A garden filled with all sorts of delicious vegetables and fruits and plants. Oh, and imagine, I wonder if we have a little fruit tree that we could actually plant over here. Oh, that would be so delightful. And I love the idea of sharing a community garden with this quiet little peaceful community and letting them come over and maybe harvest some fresh tomatoes from behind the house. Here, it's gonna be a little noisy while we clear away some of the grass. One of my favorite memories of living in Ann Arbor is actually this older couple who had a beautiful, beautiful house right next to the park that Chips and I really love to go walking in. And they had a huge backyard that you actually walked past. It was not fenced, so you kind of walked right past their house and you walked right past their backyard in order to go ahead and get over to, oh, missed a couple spots, get into this beautiful little nature park. We actually volunteered at that nature park several times while we were there too, helping to cut out plants that shouldn't be there, like a lot of the invasive species that were choking off the local plants that were really unique and beautiful blossoming bushes. I remember those. Oh, that's so pretty. I feel good clearing this away. Normally I like leaving the grass long, but I know we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to make new habitats for little wild animals and some nice new food, so it's okay. Alright, we'll kind of tidy up this edge. Maybe come over here. There we go. That'll be a good length to start. Alright, right over here. Don't worry, little plants, I will replace your brethren. Alright, let's clear away this little shovel. But the house that was right next to this park, that was so beautiful with this huge backyard, had apple trees in it that would be really heavy with the apples, and you could tell that those apple trees had been grown for a very, very, very long time. They were so old, their branches were gnarled and twisted. You could tell the squirrels and the animals had been used to that apple tree being there for like generations of their lives because they would always run over to it. There we go. And then the old couple who ran it also had the cutest little garden, not just for themselves, but they had a small little garden right next to the entrance of the park at the very, very back of their property that was open to the public that you could walk through. And every year they would grow a ton of tomatoes and zucchini some years there were little squash, but every year for sure there would at least be tomatoes. And that couple would make it so that you could go and pick whatever tomatoes you wanted. They put out a little sign that just said free tomatoes. I never spoke with the couple who lived there because we saw them from like a distance, especially when they were playing with what I assume were their grandchildren. Oh, all the mole holes are gone. Aw, I didn't want to get rid of all of them, but this'll be okay. I'm sure the mole will be back for the tomatoes. And let's actually plant a few tomatoes just in honor of remembering this occasion. Do we have little flower beds? Oh, look at these flower beds. Sunflowers! Ooh, and more tropical plants. Oh, I would love that. I wonder, are there any special flowers for... Let's see. Under decorations, plants. Oh, there's so many plants. I do love plants so much. You guys know that. Oh, look, there's little herbs. Herbs in a pot. That's so cute. How big are they? Are they just in like this tiny little pot I can put in the garden? Oh, they're in a tiny little pot I can put in the garden. Oh my gosh. I love that. Let's shift it around just a little. Oh, that's so precious. We're getting our garden started. But yeah, I never talked with that couple. Because it just wasn't And the cards, like, it just, life didn't line up in a way where you would speak with them. But I'll never forget how they just had, and then they'd pick off like zucchini and fresh tomatoes if you didn't want to pick them yourself, and put them in this big bucket that they tied to a tree right at the entrance of the park, and you could just gather up some tomatoes on your way back home after walking in the park. And I always thought that was so, so kind of them. Look, there is an apple tree. Oh, how fun. And look, here are some bush cocktail tomatoes. And there's also a bunch of raspberries. Here's some bush tomatoes. How many? Oh, look at that. It's like 56 cents. Okay, we're definitely going to have... Here, let's put a couple up against the gate, because I feel like that would be good. Put in the plant. I can actually put it in the ground. Yes. Oh, now I shall be the tomato person. We have come full circle. All right, in we go. But I just remember being really surprised. Like, whoa, they're really offering this for free? And now, there. Let's cover this up with soil. Aw. There we go. I have a little tomato up here now. Okay, I feel very happy about that. Wow. Let's plant a couple more. And we'll just buy a mini. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant. Let's do maybe one right next to it. And we'll rotate it a little bit. Yeah, one right there. And then we'll plant one right here. And now I am the tomato person, which makes me very happy. Yeah, I've never forgotten about how nice they were. Just giving people free tomatoes, because they had to like buy the tomatoes. Maybe they kept their own seeds, but they still had to have the seeds. They had to take the time to plant them, to water them, to mulch them. They had to take the time to go ahead and weed them and pluck them and like protect them from all of the animals who would have been very happy to go ahead and eat them. And then they shared the fruits of that with everyone. And I think I want the future of my life to kind of be like that. I wonder if that's kind of what the storytelling I do is a little bit like. Because gathering up the fruits of my little adventures and sharing them with all of you. It's one of the most precious things I know how to do with my life. The plant was watered and we still need to water it. There we go. Alright, there we are. 3 little tomatoes all in a row. Oh, that's fantastic. And we're going to have such a lovely little community garden over here. Now that I know we can like sprinkle a bunch of herbs and things all over the place. Can we get some sort of a little... Let's see if we can get like a little table. Furniture. Like some sort of small table that looks like it would be oh so perfect. This oblong table. That might actually be a really good one. But like a nice coffee table like this might be really cool to like put outside and then cover in succulents and outdoor plants. That would be really fun too. All right, let's go ahead. Let's try this coffee table. It's kind of quirky. And I kind of love the idea. Yeah, look, it is very quirky. It kind of looks like a little planting table, doesn't it? All right, we'll put it right there. Perfect. And then we can maybe get more plants really quickly. That we could put, there's the bush. Yeah, another one of these guys. Let's give them a different color. Let's do a blue one. Perfect, look at this. It looks just like it was supposed to be out here on this table. Oh, I love that. This is gonna be so charming. Very good indeed. And we have more tidying up that I need to do in here, but let's go see if we can actually take on a job today so that we can continue to learn new skills. Clean up the house, please. A few days ago, I bought a house at an extremely bargain price. The price was influenced by 2 factors. For months, nobody wanted to buy it, and a certain unwanted guest lived there for a while. I am talking about a man who moved in and stayed there unnoticed for a few days, before he was found by the police. This guy made quite a mess during his short stay. Trash, crates, and newspapers everywhere around. unidentified substances all over the floor, and it seems like someone messed up in the fridge. Being a person who rejects the very sight of the house, I kindly request you clean up the house I bought, and I would also ask you to solve the problems with electricity. From Robert Moon. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll get this place tidied up. But alright, so my tomato story. Oh my, and it's dark out here too. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix things so that we can. Oh, geez, Louise. Yep. Very messy. Very, very messy indeed. Alright, sorry, little ones. This is. Oh my good gravy. This is a little bit more of a mess than he was suggesting, if you ask me. I couldn't even get inside the house yet. There was so much just chaos and trash and nasty, nasty little bugs that will release outside. Sorry, little cockroaches. I didn't mean to call you guys too nasty. Did you know termites are actually related to cockroaches? Well, not related to cockroaches. Wait, no. Yes, termites and cockroaches are actually closely related to each other. But, did you know that termites and ants are not closely related to each other? Because I heckin' didn't. But I'm reading a book right now about convergent evolution, which is when two creatures ended up evolving similar traits, but they actually are not related to each other. There we go. Yay, we cleaned up all the little cockroaches so we can let them outside. Wonderful. And I guess we just need to go ahead and keep cleaning, so we'll do that for now. Oh my, that's kind of scary with the little footprints just dragging through the place. But I'm reading a book about convergent evolution that talks about how, let's see, hold to pick up, hold, okay. We want to just clean this. There we go. There. Yeah, we'll get this place nice and tidy. For instance, like the African porcupine and the North American porcupine, you would think that they were actually related to each other because they both, you would say, are porcupines. And actually, they're not related to each other. They independently evolved those spiky bodies that they have from one another down different stages of the evolutionary tree. So you would think that, you know, them being both porcupines with very porcupine-like traits, clearly they had to be related, but nope, they are not. They are not. The most distant relative that they have had nothing porcupine-like about them whatsoever. So that's what I'm currently reading, a book about convergent evolution that actually does talk about cockroaches being closer related to termites than ants are related to termites. Because termites, in case you guys didn't know, and if you're not here for nature facts, I don't know why you're here for a ramble, but termites, oh, that's pretty. Let's open up the window to bring in some niceness. And ants both actually live in very complex and kind of, in my eyes, just beautiful little city societies where they follow a queen. So they have their termite queen and an ant queen. And they have, termites are born into different jobs and ants are born into different jobs. They help to take care of the nest. A lot of the traits of what they do are very, very similar to one another, but they evolved all of those abilities independently of each other. There wasn't some ancient ancestor who decided to be queen of the nest and then have like thousands and sometimes millions of daughters and have them take care of her and have them have different like castes and have them have different rankings in her little society. Instead, there we go, making this place nice and clean. This feels so good. So there wasn't some ancient ancestor like that. And I think there's a couple more spots over somewhere. There's a mess over here. I guess we'll have to figure out the lights. Turn on switch. Maybe a fuse is blown? Okay, so we'll need to like turn on these lights so we can figure out what we're doing. Also, so some guy doesn't just like leap out at me, because that would be extremely terrifying. There we go. Clean up this corner. Yeah, so no distantly related ancestor. Would the switch be out here? Maybe? Where would the fuse box be? Unwanted Gentleman is a very concerning name. Maybe in here? Oh my. Yeah, he did sneak in here. Oh dear. Hello? Okay, there's actually a fuse box somewhere around here. Jeez, I was going downstairs. I'm gonna break my neck. That was terrifying. Oh, look at all the mess there is to clean up down here. My goodness. Oh, look at all this trash. It feels so good to clean it all up. All right, but enough about termites. Let's open this and assemble. And I think that did it. Oh, nice. Okay. Yay! We have light! Oh, that's so much better. Let's come over and pull out the vacuum, and we'll take all of these little ones outside. Cockroaches don't live in little societies like termites and ants do, I don't think. I have no idea about the social nature of the cockroach, other than that they're supposed to be very, very good mothers. But other than that, I don't know much about their social life. I kind of feel like I should, just to be able to like learn more about them. And often what happens when you think things are like creepy or scary is that you're pretty apt. Oh, hello, little one. There's still a couple more. There we go. All right, so we got rid of all the cockroaches in here now. All right, we'll tidy this up. There, very nice. Because what I often find happens is with a lot of animals and creatures that people are like, oh, that's so gross, so disgusting. I mean, people feel that way about raccoons, which I think are so interesting and intelligent. There are people that feel that way about even cats and dogs. And I really feel like the more you learn about a lot of creatures, then the less antagonistic you'll kind of feel towards them. So I often encourage people to try to learn more about snakes, for instance. You'd be amazed when people decide they don't like something, how cruel they could be to things. So I try to teach myself about all sorts of animals that otherwise people may not be very into. All right, but this went unexpected places. I didn't expect to talk about the tomato story of the really nice neighbor that we had, who I never knew their name, but I'll never forget their kindness. And I didn't expect to end up talking about like what I've learned about the congruent evolution of different cockroach and termite families. But you know what? I'm excited we got a chance to talk about those things, as silly as they could be. All right, there's something up here. I think I need to go ahead and move this. So we're gonna scooch this over a little, right there. Yay! And now I can clean back here. Very nice indeed. And now I just need to go ahead and move this. See? And with just a little bit of work, just a little bit of attention and detail, we can take what seemed to be a completely overwhelming, scary, chaotic project and turn it into something neat and tidy and ready for a new adventure. That's why I love Garden Flipper, because I need a little of that in my life, and we are not quite done either. Oh, this is a cute little house. Yeah, we're not quite done. We've got more to do, but we'll go ahead and finish tidying up this house and working on our little community garden. Oh my goodness gracious, everything is a little bit wrecked. I kind of love it. But we'll continue cleaning this place up and making it look nice and talking about how to hopefully just have a nice, peaceful, happy life next time. So thank you guys so much. If you too have experienced just kindness, where you don't know the person, but you've never forgotten the act of kindness that you've seen, I would actually love to hear about it. Because sometimes it's so easy to get caught up in thinking you have to do these big things or make a name for yourself. But I wonder if that man and his wife, if she helped, because I only ever saw him in the garden. But I don't want to assume. But I wonder if they like go to bed at night and if they worry if they were like kind or good, if they know how much those tomatoes meant to people. If not because like I didn't eat them terribly often, but just remembering how kind and nice they were. I don't know. I wonder if they give themselves that kind of credit, you know? But all right, so I'll get these windows tidied up and then we'll carry on with cleaning. And I will actually talk about what I meant to talk about, which are some of the projects I'm thinking about taking on this year. and how to be able to tackle those projects without getting completely overwhelmed and asking you guys for advice and help next time. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye!